Hey guys, Dan with Pain Free You. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt, but it's the same day as the video I shot yesterday. So, today's topic, somebody wanted me to speak about forgiveness versus holding grudges. And it's a key topic. It is really a key topic. But I'm not going to take the same angle as you might think, because oftentimes the person we really need to forgive is ourselves. One of the TMS personalities is self-critical behaviors, self-judgment, self-hatred, right? And I don't even mean self-dislike, I mean self-hatred, like, I hate myself. And I've heard many people say that in more than one occasion. So when it comes to forgiveness, are you still pissed at yourself for something you did wrong, or you perceive that you did wrong, right? What is it that you are really still holding a grudge against yourself for? I mean, did you make mistakes 20 years ago that really you're still embarrassed by and you're still beating yourself up over? These are some things that you're going to want to forgive yourself for. Heck, I make mistakes every day. And it's a really useful practice to say, I forgive myself for all my shortcomings, for all my imperfections, right? That's part of the gratitude too. I'm grateful for having another day here. At the same time, I forgive myself for everything I've done wrong or perceive that I've done wrong. Because invariably, when you look at your self-judgments and things you think you did wrong, from another person's perspective, they'll go, oh heck, you're just a normal person then. You're not perfect. Huh, ding ding ding. Perfectionist tendencies. We so need to be perfect that we beat ourselves up when we're not. And unfortunately, gang, none of us are. Nobody's perfect at all. So forgiveness, it's more important to forgive yourself than it is other people. And the reason for that is you've got to live with yourself in your own head, and you don't have to live with everybody else. Now look, forgiveness of other people. Well, some people are like, hell no, they did this, this, and that. I'm not going to forgive them. Because the perception is that if you forgive somebody else, you're going to let them off the hook for the bad crap that they've done. And yes, I do believe that other people do bad shit to us. And sometimes, we can't change it. Could be a spouse, could be a partner, could be a kid, a parent, doesn't matter. Sometimes people hurt us, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes intentionally. And holding a grudge is basically like saying, I'm never letting them off the hook. That's holding on to resentments. And ask yourself, when did holding a grudge on somebody help you feel better about yourself or them, or really help you feel better inside? Did it help relieve your pain to be walking around pissed off at your brother about something he did 4 years ago? Does it make sense to be angry with your sisters for things they did when they were teenagers, right? You're still holding on to these resentments and grudges for things that are long past. And look at the word forgiveness. What does that mean? It means I'm going to let myself free, because these grudges and resentments really just keep us trapped in those old emotions. We're basically saying, they did something bad to me and I'm going to be angry at them forever. And I'm going to carry this around forever because I'm not letting them off the hook. Well, who are you really hurting? Not them. You. You. And if you really want to get pain-free, you gotta let yourself feel these emotions, right? Yesterday's video, if there were no consequences, how would you really feel about these people that you're holding onto resentment over or holding grudges for? And the good news is, when you truly allow yourself to feel an emotion, it releases on its own. Running from the emotion and holding on to that grudge is really going to keep you stuck, hating that person forever. And it's just going to eat away at you and eat away at you. And it's just going to make you sick. And it probably is a good part of why you have pain or other symptoms. So I will challenge you. How long are you going to hate on the people that you're mad at? How long are you going to hold on to that resentment and allow it to eat you up inside? Because that's not hurting them. It's hurting you. And so forgiveness. Who do you most need to forgive? Are there people around you that you're holding on to resentment over? Then you need to forgive them. They don't have to know about it. But for yourself, you need to forgive them, right? Forgiveness is for us. It's an inside job. You don't have to write a letter and say, hey, I forgive you for all the stuff you did. They might look at the letter and go, what the hell did I do? They may not even know you're pissed at them. They may just think, we had a bad time at dinner one time and whatever. She got over it, he got over it, right? You don't have to forgive somebody publicly or to their face. But in your heart, you got to forgive them and say, I love my mom anyway. I love my dad anyway. I love my brother anyway. I forgive them. I am setting myself free from the resentments and the grudges that I've been holding on to for way too long, right? Do you understand that? Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. Because those the grudges and resentments are eating you up inside. They ate me up inside for a lot of years. And we just got to let them go. We got to choose. There's that word again. We have so much choice in our feelings. And I choose to feel my emotions deeply, gutturally, brutally, truthfully. If there were no consequences, what would I feel? I'd feel that. But then I can also choose to let that emotion release and go. What was the lesson? The lesson is, okay, that person may be bad for me. If it's a group of friends or a family member. The lesson is I probably don't want to spend as much time with my sister Susie or Joan or whomever. And, what's the lesson? Okay, to protect myself, limit the time with these people. Great. But for your benefit, forgive them. And then forgive yourself for whatever part you believe you played in these circumstances. Forgiveness versus holding a grudge. Which do you think is going to help you more? Right? If you've really had a tough time saying I'm sorry when you know you did something that you shouldn't have done, this video is for you. This video is for you if you get your voice stuck in your throat. I'm sorry. Or you can't even say those words. When you go, I didn't mean it. Right? Oh, the words just came out. I was drunk. I was this. I was sleepy. I was whatever. I was pissed off at work, and so it came out on you. If you can't say the words I'm sorry to others, that's a real key indicator that forgiveness may be something you want to work on. And again, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. Forgiveness is healing for us. So, who do you need to forgive? Think on that. Who do you really need to forgive? Who are you most angry with? For me, it was myself. The person I most needed to forgive was me for all of the things that I perceive I did wrong throughout my entire life. And being a lifelong person who procrastinates, boy, do I have a lot of resentments over myself and the things I didn't do and I should have done and wanted to do, and how did I get here in this point in my life, and right? It's so easy to be self-critical about all the things that we perceive we did wrong in our lives. And if we're not happy where we are in our life, yeah, it's really easy for all of those self-judgments to just pile up into a big heaping pile of shit. Right? But what if you could allow yourself to truly feel what you're feeling and scoop and shovel that shit out and get rid of it? Well, that's what this forgiveness, self-forgiveness, self-compassion will do for you. It's going to get rid of all that heaping piles of shit all around you of your own self-judgments and self-hatred, and get rid of them. There's no reason to keep them any longer. They're just keeping you stuck. So give yourself permission to feel the deepest, darkest stuff. There's a theme here from, the past 2 days. And I'm going to stick with it because this is what it means to be honest with yourself. But then, when you're truly honest with yourself and you've allowed yourself to feel these emotions, you also have to give yourself the gift of letting some of this crap go. Forgive yourself for all your perceived flaws. And guess what? Most people may not even be aware of all these things that we judge about ourselves and these perceived flaws of ourselves. Right? My mom stuck up for herself for the first time in 25 years. She has an old teaching colleague that she used to work with. And this lady shows up, and my mom goes to lunch with these ladies from her old school where she taught 25 years ago. And every week, this one lady just steamrolls everybody and is a royal pain in the ass and, frankly, just an asshole. And it's been building and building, and every week my mom dreads going, and then she comes home and she's mad for 2 days. And she finally laid into this lady and said, do you have any idea how you make people feel? You should not be doing this, this, and that, and everything else. And she was really just giving this lady a dose of reality, and she was having that adult conversation. She wasn't screaming, she wasn't freaking out. She wasn't even being mean. She was just being truthful with that person. But she stood up for herself for the first time. And I saw my mom a few days after, like 3 or 4 days after. And she was still wrought with guilt over, I can't believe I did that to Trina. And I'm saying, Mom, I'm giving you high fives and hugs. Go you. Right? Because you finally set a boundary that this lady's been walking across and stomping on forever. But she felt guilty for this perceived awful thing that she did, which wasn't really an awful thing. And so we punish ourselves, we judge ourselves, we're critical of ourselves. The need to be perfect drives us nuts. So, self-forgiveness, self-compassion, and then also take a look at who else you need to forgive. And don't do it for them. Do it for you. Because you will find that once you can feel that forgiveness in your heart and let that anger or rage go, your shoulders will come down, right? We're often very tense when we're angry and we walk around like this all the time. When was the last time you felt your shoulders relax? Forgiveness for yourself and others. Self-compassion will do that for you. So, feel the volume level turn down when you really go into forgiveness and truly forgive yourself for everything you did wrong. Get the lesson for the mistakes you may have made and decide, I'm not going to do that again. And then you can let the emotion go because you got the lesson and you understand that, hey, maybe there were some mistakes I made. Maybe there were things that you did when you were younger, or even things that you did yesterday that maybe weren't so cool. It's all right, we all do. But if you're going to hate yourself for the next 20 years because of that, boy, you're just going to beat yourself up and hold on to all of this internal rage. It's not going to help. It's going to come out in symptoms. So give yourself the gift of forgiving yourself. And if there are others that you've been holding on to resentment and grudges over, give yourself that gift as well. And find your shoulders relax. So let me know what you think about this. Is there somebody you need to forgive? Comment below. Tell me. Are there people you need to forgive? And I don't need the whole stories, but say, yes, I've got several people I need to forgive. Do you need to forgive yourself for all these perceived flaws and imperfections of yours? Comment below. Let me know. It's okay. Do that in the private group. Nobody else is going to see it but us. So let me know what you think. Forgiveness. Self-compassion. It all gets down to self-love. But forgive yourself and forgive anybody around you. So anyway, hope you like this video. Be kind and gentle to yourself because you deserve it. You're a great person. You've survived a lot of stuff. I like the term warrior, but that seems a little bit aggressive for what I'm trying to convey here. But we are survivors. We're fighters. We've lived through some crazy, crazy shit. And we're still here. We're still smiling. We're still laughing. And if you're not smiling and laughing, look for something to smile and laugh about. There's plenty out there if you allow yourself. So anyway, love you guys and gals. Thank you for listening. Forgive yourself. Be compassionate towards yourself. It's going to go a long way towards getting better. Love you. Talk to you soon.